All right, guys, your boy Gabriel's in the house. So welcome to Gabriel Pro Football Talk. I'm gonna do some series every week, once a week. So we're gonna try to do every day, most of us have a week, talk about the entire all dirty teams and I'm doing my pot. It's time to talk about the British football. Everybody wants to know I'm a football guy, so I'm really excited. I'm going to Canada to Ohio. Go to the Bears game. See Dr. Olaga, some people do video and that stuff. I really want to talk about predictions and following me on Twitter. This is a vote for me as well. So just give me interaction Twitter. So yeah, people on Twitter. Start watching my podcast. Gabriel Show. Everyone ask me like, don't ask me for your subscribers. Don't ask me into followers as well. Don't ask me about baseball. I put do a baseball talk probably the middle of in the middle of the year. So what's up, Wilson?
How's it going, man?
Doing good.
How are your Bears gonna do?
That's what we're talking about the end. I think the Bears will go Super Bowl. I think surprisingly shocked about Super Bowl this year. Super Bowl bond this year, man. For Super Bowl talk.
I don't know, man. I keep an eye out for Jimmy Garoppolo this year. Jimmy Garoppolo's I think is going to have a pretty strong year. He's coming in with the chip on his shoulder this year.
So we're gonna. I'm picking. I've always been too wide the Bears might go this year. So, but first things first, the reason why the Bears are gonna be good this year because Jordan Howard and Mitchell Trubisky. I'm gonna preseason the game this Thursday. So, it's gonna go to the Hall of Fame game, Poston.
Are the Ravens gonna win?
No, Bears.
You don't think the Ravens have their number this year?
No, the Bears gonna beat them. Let's talk about this game before we talk about. I'm talking about the Ravens. So, I'm gonna do a poll now. So, I really want to talk about the NFC.
The NFC. Okay. Let's go division by division and say who we think is going to be in the Super Bowl then.
All right.
What division are we going to start with?
The NFC East. AFC East.
The NFC East. All right, I'll let you go first.
But AFC, right?
AFC East. Okay, you can go first.
Yeah. I put a poll that who's to take out the new Patriots that division. So I'm thinking now the Patriots, they were Super Bowl last year. So that concerns me the defense. Is the year of Tom Brady? The thing that's a lot of questions in AFC. Is the Patriots Tom Brady? Could be last 2 years. Who's taking the Patriots? That's the question I have. And that's coming from a couple for years. I think the last year Tom Brady has. It has 2 years. Who knows? But the Patriots are going to take this division. But watch for Buffalo. The Patriots has a little edge. So I think Patriots going to be down. No receivers for a while. So it could be last 2 years Tom Brady. So it's going to be probably. I'm taking the Patriots 10-6 this year. What do you think, Boston? Patriots winning the.
Well, I think that Buffalo has made strides. They bring in a rookie quarterback named Josh Allen. I think that Josh Allen is put in probably one of the best predicaments as far as this quarterback draft class goes. Buffalo has a really, really good defense, man, and they have a good running back. I think that they're going to be competitive. Of course, the New York Jets bring in their signal caller of the future in Sam Darnold. So, I don't know. I've never been – I mean, the Jets are just not set up to win immediately like the Bills are.
The Bills are.
Yeah, Miami has always hung around. They've been trusting in the process, but I don't know. I never really have been a big Tannehill fan, but if Tannehill can come around, then Miami could probably compete. However, New England does it again in the draft this year. They bring in Isaiah Wynn because they needed an offensive lineman. I think that he's one of the better offensive linemen that was in this draft. And they bring in not Michael Gillespie, but they bring in Sony Michel. And I think that he's going to be a good replacement for Dion Lewis. He's going to be kind of a speedy scat back, great for Tom Brady. I think New England pulls it off. I think they win the division again this year. So, but it's going to be pretty close with them in Buffalo. It's not going to be a runaway like it normally is.
I'm not a Patriots fan. It's the year the Patriots can fall apart, and I can see it calling last year's Super Bowl. And I'm not a big. I think Tom Brady is going to pass the torch. Buffalo is going. I think Buffalo's going to win 10-6 as well. Buffalo going to go to the wild card game, so Buffalo is a hungry team. I think Buffalo's going to be a great team for next year. So I hope if Patriots get injuries, concerns, Buffalo might win the division if Tom Brady gets hurt, and that's the thing the Patriots fans should be careful. So
what's the next division?
Who you get the division? Who you get I get the Patriots I get the Patriots in East. Bills wild card. Who you got posted in the wild card?
Okay. Do you want to go NFC East?
NFC East, because I'm
okay. Okay, well, you have the former Super Bowl champions, the Philadelphia Eagles. Mm-hmm. And the Philadelphia Eagles are a pretty young team. I think that they, while I think they will have a bit of a hangover coming into this year, I think that, it's possible that they could grasp a wild card. I like they brought in Barnett. Their defense looks pretty good. They have Wentz there, and Wentz looks like he's definitely going to be their quarterback. He's their franchise player. The Giants they finally get a running back, which the Giants have needed for years now, and Saquon Barkley. I think that you're probably going to see a lot of shootouts with Dallas and New York in the running game. It's going to probably bring back that old Emmitt Smith versus Barry Sanders type feel to it with Saquon and you'll see this 2 times this year with Saquon and Zeke Elliott. I think that's probably going to be an exciting matchup. You have the Washington Redskins. This is probably going to be one of your more competitive divisions because the Washington Redskins are going to be an enigma. They bring in Alex Smith, so Alex Smith, for all the stuff that they say about him in media, is a capable quarterback. So Washington could be pretty competitive as well. And then you have the Dallas Cowboys, which is my team. I think Dallas could pull it off. I think that they're going to come in with something to prove this year. Dak Prescott's already stepping up, showing leadership abilities, coming out, making a statement saying that he wants to play football and not do these protests that these other players want to like, because that's what football is about. It's not about your political views. That's not what it's meant for. Let's go out there and play some football so everybody can enjoy it, not just trying to cater to people who will never enjoy your product. I think that Dallas, of course, they have the best offensive line in the NFC East. If everybody Randy Gregory this year introduced like Gregory can, Jalen Smith can go ahead and make that turn, and that secondary progresses. The defense for Dallas is very, very underrated. If they can get some pressure back on the quarterback, I think Dallas takes this division. Don't be surprised. It could still go to Philadelphia and it could still go to New York. But I'll go ahead and have Dallas taking this division and maybe Philadelphia securing a wild card.
I think the Eagles are a pretty good team. When Eagles have two kind of hard answers. The Eagles have Nick Foles and also pretty good, a pretty decent, good quarterback. Yeah, Alex Smith is underrated, and Alex Smith is a good decision. But if Alex Smith has experience, so yeah, Alex Smith's experience, you know what you got for him. You know how long Carson Wentz gonna come back from injuries. Injuries change people's careers many times, and that's a concern for Eagles fans, if also for the fans. Last year, they won Super Bowl with Nick Foles was a great defensively. Now the Dallas Cowboys has Ziggy Elliott, one of the two best running backs in the game. Number 2 best. Yeah, sure, you got Shark and Barkley. Has Shark and Barkley proven to be good? And Shark and Barkley is big. Is he big good? Is he beat the hype? He can live the hype. That's a different question. That's a different story. But Ziggy Elliott can run. He can play good. You got Doug Prescott, which I told you about. Doug Prescott. He has elite experience. So I think Dallas could be a little better. But the defense, the kind of concerns with the Cowboys defense. Can Sean Lee get better? Can Sean Lee get better? Can the defense fill up? The Eagles are defensively. So Washington is don't have Kirk Cousins anymore. So it's gonna a little bit fall off more where it should be. So I'm considering taking the Eagles because they're good defense. The Eagles won the Super Bowl because the Eagles defensively. So I just think and I think Eagles are taking the division. I think Eagles might go 10-6, and Dallas Cowboys might go like 9 and I think 10-6 as well. Well, we have a pretty good record this year because the Giants is rebuilding this year. Gonna be like a little bit far back, so I'm taking Philadelphia.
I think that the Eagles kind of remind me a little bit. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, okay. The Eagles kind of remind me a little bit of the old Legion of Boom, Seattle Seahawks. So I could totally see them taking the division. However, I think that the Zeke Elliott playing the whole season will help that defense. And I think that will be the ultimate, I think that'll help out the defense a lot. Being able to run the ball always helps out the defense. Mm-hmm. So that's why I got Dallas ending up taking this division just over New York.
I think that will make the wild card team this year. That's taking the wild card because I think Zeke Elliott's going to take them to the winning game. If Zeke Elliott can win, but he's second best running back in the NFL because I'm number 1, and that's you knew a place in my division. So but that's a difference. That's less one. But I think the Eagles are taking it, and Nick Foles. Philadelphia is the best position right now, and that's Nick Foles can throw it for you. And in the LA Rams, how the hell they didn't use him right? So that's a problem.
So let's go ahead and get into the NFC North, which is your thing, and I'll let you start this one out.
The NFC North goes last. NFC North goes second last. I wouldn't want to talk about the NFC North last. My team goes last.
Okay, I'll tell you what. We'll go with the AFC South.
AFC South, there we go. AFC South?
Yeah.
Cool. I think Houston Texans, the worst team right now, I'm telling you now, it's gonna be the Colts. Because the Colts are not as great team as people think they are. Okay. Andrew Luck is overrated. I've been saying for a long time, overrated. He's not that great quarterback he is. But however, using Texans on the other hand, you got J.J. Watt. J.J. Watt's legit. If J.J. Watt's healthy, and you got Deshaun Watson, that Houston's team is going to the playoffs, the AFC Championship game. No matter what you see it, that Houston team is a Super Bowl contender, as I can see. Deshaun Watson can throw. He's one of the best. I put him in top 5, top 10 quarterbacks in the game because the injuries of the other teams like Rodgers gonna be gone, Tom Brady can be gone, and Deshaun Watson can be the legit. Deshaun Watson has an arm. He can throw. He can pass. That's why I wanted a couple years ago. I want Deshaun Watson. The Bears drafted Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson can do many good things. Andre Johnson, pretty good receiver. Great receiver for the Houston Texans. One of the best offense in AFC this year. probably the best team in AFC. NFL probably is this year. So they have a good weapons for the Houston Texans. Houston Texans loaded. I know the Jaguars are good defensively. Jacksonville Jaguars has a good defense. In Ramsey, boy, yeah, you get the Blake. What's his name? Quarterback from Blake Bortles is not that good quarterback last year. With Jacksonville defense, yes, they were good. But there was no way, because of the injuries of Houston Texans, no way would they be. So, Houston Texans, I think Jaguars will be second tier wild card this year. And I know from Cam's point of view, I'm sorry. Marcus Mariota is not the legit quarterback he is. He's a decent quarterback, but I think the Titans will go 6-10 competitively in AFC South. I think the Houston Texans are taking it with 11-5 this year. We lost to the Titans in the Jaguars. What do you think, Poston?
Okay, on this division right here,
yeah,
you have it's going to be really, really close division. I agree with you wholeheartedly, man. Andrew Luck is overrated, but Indianapolis should be better with Andrew Luck in the lineup. Even though he is overrated, he's the best quarterback that they got. So I think that they will improve, but I don't think that it's going to be enough to be competitive in the AFC South, which is really, really, really going to be really tight. You have the Jacksonville Jaguars. Their defense is legitimate. However, they got Leonard Fournette. Leonard Fournette, while he was fairly impressive last year, he wasn't like Zeke dominant impressive, which I was expecting him to be a lot better. We'll have to see if he progresses this year. He should progress this year. And you have Blake Bortles. Blake Bortles is a little too inconsistent for me as a quarterback. I mean, we know he has the ability. He just needs to be a little bit more consistent. He kind of borders on if he wants to be like Jay Cutler or not. We know he's got the ability, but you make some bad decisions. If he can work out these kinks, learn to read the defense a little bit better, Jacksonville would definitely be a Super Bowl contender. However, I can't give him that right now from what I've seen on paper. Then we have the Houston Texans, which got infinitely better whenever Deshaun Watson plays. And then you've got J.J. Watt and Jadeveon Clowney. The bad thing is that Houston Texans tend to have injury problems. Can you get a whole full season out of J.J. Watts? Can you get a full season out of Jadeveon Clowney? And then you see Deshaun Watson, he gets hurt, and then he's out for which they could have probably made a playoff run and did something in the playoffs, but he's out. They're a little iffy, so I'm not going to give them this division based on we've got to see what they do and if they can stay healthy. Then you have the one that I do think will take the division, which will be the Tennessee Titans. I know you're not a big Marcus Mariota fan. Marcus Mariota reminds me a lot of Tony Romo. He's got some wide receiver help this year, and I think that the running game, and you'll see this too, because Romo ran into that problem of not having a really good offensive line in front of him for most of his career. And then, whenever he got a running game and a good offensive line, he started making pushes for the playoffs. And I think that's going to be what happens with Marcus Mariota. I think the running game is going to improve with Derrick Henry. And I think that Tennessee takes this division, man.
Your Jaguar in the wild card this year, it's going to be what? What's going to be the wild card team this year?
What's that?
Any team that division is going to go to the wild card? Any team?
I don't think that they're going to. If they do get a wild card, my wild card pick would probably be Jacksonville.
Jacksonville, cool. I think Jacksonville is going to go deep in the playoffs. Jacksonville Jaguars might go to the Super Bowl this year as well. The defense team.
So, how about the NFC South? You want to go ahead and talk about the NFC South next?
I really want to talk about NFC South. NFC South. I really talk about it too. Let's talk about the kind of Panthers, just the Cam Newton. I think Cam Newton is impressive. I'm a fan of Cam Newton person. Matter of fact, I'm always been a fan of Cam Newton. The fact how he played the game, the play he wants, he reminds me a lot of Vic. When I see Cam Newton, I see a Vic. In ways, he can throw, he can run. The Carolina Panthers have no good offensively. They have a good linebacker. Luke Clinton is pretty good. But the Andy Klein is a great team, but needs to get better. And I don't see that good. I didn't see that good team. Like, wow. But they see that good players. I think that's going to be better division. That's Atlanta, who has Julio Jones and much like the Panthers, head coach Juan Reda, great guy, met him almost like 9 years ago. Signed American football. Anyways, despite the fact that I like the Panthers, the coach and the staff, but the Falcons are a lot better. Matt Ryan is getting a lot better and better every year. I see that like this impressive. Mighty Ice has a lot better. Julio Jones is a lot better than it used to be. It is. You get the fuck. I know it was Gabriel to my team this year. Anyways, Tampa Bay is not that good. We got Winston's not really that good. Who was we seeing? I thought this. Winston is not really impressive. Atlanta's a little better. Bucks. Who was the division? Buccaneers, Falcons, Panthers. Who else? Oh yeah, Saints. Here you go. Saints. Remember. You want Saints? Damn, how I forget those guys. I thought Saints were the best teams. Anyways, the Saints has Drew Brees. Drew Brees is old. The fact that Drew Brees may be retired this year, and you want Saints, it's not gonna be the same team it is. The Falcons, on the other hand, they're different. Atlanta has a good defense, so is Tampa Bay. But I think the Falcons are the better team this year than everything so far. I think the Falcons have the best quarterback in the division, and that's Matt Ryan, and that's the Julio Jones. So I think the Falcons might go 12-4. Posted.
Yeah, I like Cam Newton. I know you're not a big fan. I like Cam Newton for what he does. He can move the ball. He can run the ball. Carolina is a very, very different, in the run and in the pass, and they have probably one of the best defenses in the league. You have to look at like Tampa Bay. They've got a young quarterback. They have a pretty solid core. If they could ever get consistent on the run game, I think that they would be a lot better. It just depends on what Byron Leftwich is going to do. I mean, Byron Leftwich. God, I can't think of his name. Fuck.
Jameis.
What's that? Yeah, Jameis. Yeah, Jameis Winston. He kind of reminds me a little bit of Byron Leftwich. It just depends on what Byron Leftwich. I'm going to call him Byron Leftwich again. Jameis Winston is going to do if he progresses this year. They could be a competitive team. They were a competitive team last year. I don't know about a playoff team, though. Then you have Drew Brees, been the quintessential underdog of the NFL for years. I like Drew, the New Orleans Saints. I like the tempo that they run. However, I am like you, so I'm in agreement on this one. I can't really I cannot see Matt Ryan at least winning one Super Bowl before he leaves. And I think that I'm like you. I think that Atlanta takes this division this year and they go into the playoffs and they make a run at it this year again. They have Matt Ryan. They have one of the best wide receivers in the league, Julio Jones. They have a capable defense. Definitely a defense that has the ability to get to the quarterback, to make turnovers. They have an effective run game that helps the defense. So, yeah, I have to lean with you. I think I'll go with Atlanta taking this division as well.
Because no way. Matt Ryan is legit. Matt Ryan is underrated. Very underrated. In the last 3 years, show Matt Ryan is legit quarterbacks. Matt Ryan is legit. And I'm seeing that time and time. Like, this guy can throw. This guy can poop. He reminds me a lot of Steve Young. Competitiveness, and this guy gets better and better. And that's the thing that I'm glad I'm glad Matt Ryan is at the top course. So is Matt Ryan underrated, Poston?
Yeah, the only people that say that Matt Ryan is overrated are the people who don't really understand football. Matt Ryan has always been a pretty consistent quarterback. He's the prototypical quarterback. Yeah, he's not Aaron Rodgers. He's not going to sit there and move around in the pocket, but he can move. But he's not going to sit there, hold the ball all day, and just throw downfield like Aaron Rodgers does. But what he does do, he does effectively. And I think that, he's definitely a very, very underrated quarterback. I think he's better than Peyton Manning, and they consider Peyton Manning a Hall of Fame quarterback. And I think Matt Ryan is every bit as good, if not better, than Peyton Manning. So
I think Matt Ryan is getting impressive. He reminds me of Drew Brees. Drew Brees got better and better and better. And Matt Ryan, they beat Aaron Rodgers for NFC Championship game 2 years ago. So that's the thing what Matt Ryan is. And Drew Brees was the same way. Drew Brees was his career, he has problems with San Diego. People forgot. Nobody wanted Drew Brees when it was a free agency. Do you remember this, Poston? Nobody wanted Drew Brees except the Saints because of the injury problems. And what did Drew Brees turn on? Hell yeah, he did. Look at the San Diego Chargers. And before I talk about the Chargers, and I'm going to move things to AFC list. The Chargers made a big mistake for letting that Ryan go. So not Ryan go. Drew Brees go. The Saints, the best free agency ever signed was Drew Brees. So Drew Brees, Hall of Famer in my eyes. One of the best.
Okay, let's go ahead and get into the NFC West.
The LA Chargers, the big mistake.
NFC West.
Now, okay. I think San Diego Chargers are not as good anymore. The fact is they got when Phillip Rivers. The San Diego Chargers is not a good franchise. For years, they wasted LTs, they wasted good potential in the whole roster. I don't think the Chargers are not as good in LA. That team's going to rebuild. A ton of gates. Drew Brees going to retire. Sorry, Phillip Rivers going to retire this year or next year. The Chargers are going to be the worst teams in football this year. And then they got both out defensive player of the year. But it's gonna trade him for perfect rebuild, and that's the thing about Bosa. Could trade contender the team that we want him. Now let's talk about the Bosa things. Oakland Raiders, they're different. I know they have Marshawn Lynch. The Raiders make mistakes as well. Marshawn Lynch is gonna be the good player who wants to have when he was in Seattle. So no way the Raiders can be the contender team. Denver, not even that good as either. The fact is they have good players, but Marshawn Lynch, no, the running game concerns me. No, Kansas City had the best running back in the game, good defensively. I don't know why the guys didn't want the ball. What's the guy's name for the Chiefs running back?
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes. No, running back.
The running back. I forget who the running back is. It's not Jamal Charles anymore. Jamal Charles plays for Denver. I forget who the running back is now. I know their wide receiver Tyreek Hill has been the most dominant thing in Kansas City.
Okay, hold on. Damn, forgot. Anyways, Kansas City the running game looks pretty good. The fact that I know the choke. I know the choke. I know the choke this year, but now it was a really little watcher. The thing with Kansas City Chiefs is let's see how else I have. Oh, Kareem Hill. There you go. Kareem Hunt. There you go.
Kareem Hunt.
He was the AFC leading watcher last year, and he can run the ball. So I think the Kansas City Chiefs are winning division. I know John Gooden's back. But Andy Reid, Poston, is that Andy Reid is a great coach. Just study. He reminds me of Marty Schottenheimer. Gets the big seasons, whole season he chokes. Andy Reid is a good coach, so I think the Chiefs might go 13-3 this year. The Chiefs, because the Raiders have the get older players. We think goes on.
I think that the Oakland Raiders take this pretty much just by proxy. I think they take.
What happened, Poston?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I think Oakland takes this just on the fact of the AFC West is young and they're pretty much everybody's rebuilding. You have the Denver Broncos. Who's going to be their quarterback? Not exactly sure. You have the San Diego Chargers. I don't see the San Diego Chargers being competitive yet. Kansas City will be starting Patrick Mahomes, a rookie quarterback. I think that the Oakland Raiders have a good young core. I think that their defense is really underrated. I know Denver has the best defense, and that's going to be the test right there. Denver's defense is no joke. But I think that Oakland should be able to come in here. Their offense will be the most experienced in that division. So I think that Oakland takes the AFC West.
Joe Goodness. How decent?
Yeah. So what are we going to get to the NFC West now?
Yeah. I was talking about this. Let's talk about this. This is arguably one of the hardest divisions in football right now, and that's kind of it's kind of a bet. One of the easiest divisions in football now because the bet what's going on. So LA Rams win the division. Seattle Seahawks is gone. You know that Seattle Seahawks is gone. And probably been like Seahawks, 5-11 Seahawks. You get the Arizona Cardinals probably has a Fitzgerald could be a good players this year. But not really legit this year. That's offensively the offense league this year is not really good. The LA Rams, they have LA Rams, the LA's real team. The LA Rams, which was by the old school throwbacks. 70s and blue and yellow stuff, which I like the LA Rams colors, the blue and yellow colors. Like as a kid. But the fact is LA Rams has Todd Gurley, which is top 3 one best running back in the game. Yeah, Todd Gurley, you got Jared Goff, which I liked having him on my team. That was impressive. You got the Roads in, they're experiencing, you got them Sue. If the Rams sign Aaron Donald, that defense could be that scary. Now you got the 49ers, you got Jimmy Garoppolo, which is an impressive quarterback, and Robert Gold, one of the best kickers in the game. Idiot Bears, get rid of him. But let's talk about this thing. Jimmy Garoppolo is going to get better. Is Jimmy Garoppolo, how far is the 49ers defense can take? Because San Francisco's defense, they beat the other Rams last game, didn't count. How far is it going to be? But I'm taking the Rams in this division. I think San Francisco 49ers are going to be like 18-18 because of this ups and downs. So Jimmy Garoppolo's going to be playing full season. I know 4 seasons going to take full season. He's going to fall for a bit. He played half a season last year. You know, how far is Jimmy Garoppolo play for 16 games? And so Jimmy Garoppolo is a good quarterback. Yeah, he is. But he will win next year. Next year, the 49ers will be a better team the next year. But this Jared Goff this year, we're going to have the 2 best quarterbacks, probably top 3 next top 4 quarterbacks in the NFC for years to come. And that's like I see a lot of your quarterback, the Prescott, Carson. That's top 5 quarterbacks in the NFC in the future. Here's the name I'm playing named. Talk about the Prescott's gonna be the one of the best posting. I see Carson Wentz, I see Jared Goff, and I see a lot of ways Jimmy Garoppolo. But how far would it be? So I think I'm taking LA Rams 13-3 this year. And
Okay, with this division is going to be kind of a pretty competitive division as well. However, I do think you're right. I think Seattle takes a step back. They still got Russell Wilson, so you can't count them out because Russell Wilson is a contender. He's a gamer. There's just no other way to put it. You have the Arizona Cardinals. They're going to be grooming their quarterback of the future and Josh Rosen there. He may even start with Carson Palmer's injury history. However, I can't really go with Arizona, even though I like Fitzgerald. They have pieces there in Arizona to be a quality team. Yeah, you're right. The LA Rams look pretty good. Jared Goff, if he progresses, they could definitely take this division. They have Todd Gurley there. Of course, they lose Tavon Austin, but they bring in Sammy Watkins. They have pieces there that they can play with and that they could win with. I'm going to go with the San Francisco 49ers, who's been slowly building that defense up. You know what I'm saying? They've been slowly and methodically building up a pretty good defense in San Francisco. They bring back a guy who I think has the ability to be the next Aaron Rodgers and Jimmy Garoppolo, who played behind Brady for a couple of years. I was kind of impressed with him coming in, having as much success as he did with San Francisco. And I think San Francisco could, which, is a good thing for San Francisco, giving all their problems. I think San Francisco could take this division. I have San Francisco taking the NFC West this year.
That's a dark horse this year, huh? You're picking dark horse.
Yeah.
That's cool. Might be my dark horse this year. And except LA Rams, LA Rams will go to wild card this year, right? LA Rams?
LA Rams, yeah. I could totally see them getting into the wild card in the playoffs. Jared Goff is a good young quarterback. He's going to be one of those guys that is easy for the NFL to market. So definitely they're trying to get him acclimated into the playoffs, and he should improve. He should just continue to improve.
Jared Goff is one of the best games. I think Jared Goff in Jared Goff, which is probably poor type stuff. I can see this good things about this is all I like about in football and see times, but we know that better. The Rams might choke it. So San Francisco might go to help you. San Francisco does better. Let's talk about the NFC North, which is we're talking about the games. And I'm seeing those guys again. The Baltimore Ravens, Jimmy Flacco is old. Okay, Jimmy Flacco won Super Bowl with the good defense the Ravens had. The Ravens don't have. They were rebuilding last year. Took a certain teams this year, but the Ravens have okay players. I think the Ravens there was overpaid Jimmy Flacco, which we know that's stupid idiots. Because I think that's I know Jimmy Flacco won the Super Bowl. It wasn't for Ray Rice. When Ray Rice posted. Anyways, Ray Rice was gone. I posted it there.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Remember Ray Rice?
Yeah. I agree, man. Yeah, Flacco really needs a running game.
That's true. All right, so Ray Rice gets his abusive. They hurt Ray Rice. It hurt the Ravens and Jimmy Flacco. So I think Flacco needs a running game, needs to press stuff. So he's a game manager. So Baltimore has Terrell Suggs, has dual players. It's not going to take a playoff this year. The Ravens is going to rebuild this year. The Cleveland Browns are the worst team in football. No way the Cleveland Browns will go. This might sign this Brian. If the Browns sign this Brian, they'll be okay. But how far would the Cleveland Browns will be good this year? Cleveland Browns always sucks. I feel sorry for Cleveland Browns, but they need a new GM. They need to rebuild that team completely growing up. New head coach can coach them right. And Cleveland Browns just needs to win some games. Cincinnati Bengals with Andy Dalton and the stuff they have, they're for Marvin Lewis there, is who still has a job. The Bengals are always average team. One of is gonna be good, one's gonna suck. Halfway good, halfway there. We know what we got to get for the Bengals. The Steelers are here and they're a good team. They're leaving ball. It's easy division for Pittsburgh to win. Pittsburgh will go 14-2. Pittsburgh Steelers have the best players. Ben Roethlisberger, Hall of Famer. Good defense for Pittsburgh. But they lost give too many defense and they gave up more points to Jacksonville Jaguars. How far is Ben can take them? Big Ben might retire this year and next year. If Big Ben retires, NFC North is gonna be a worst division of football. And that's Boston, so I take Pittsburgh for Big Ben. Steelers football this year and lose. So what do you think, Boston?
Can you hear me? Okay. Well, there yet again, I agree with you wholeheartedly. The Baltimore Ravens haven't been the same since they lost Ray Rice. Ray Rice could carry the ball. He could keep that defense honest, I think that you notice that the defense has lagged some in Baltimore ever since they got rid of Ray Rice and give him that lifetime ban. It's almost like the curse of Ray Rice. Now, I'm like you. I don't think Baltimore will make the playoffs this year. We'll get into Cleveland. Cleveland is that quintessential team that goes out and pays for 4 flat tires. You know what I'm saying? It's been a cycle with them. They bring in Baker Mayfield, an undersized quarterback, hoping to have the same success as Russell Wilson did. It should be interesting to see what Baker Mayfield will do. We know he'll start game 1. I don't know. I'll have to see what he's like on the field. And, they need to really go ahead. I thought that they probably should have won after Saquon Barkley because they definitely need some consistency on that offense, and they haven't gotten at a quarterback. So I thought that they should have went to running back, being able to run the ball, and then just stick with Kaiser until you could get another quarterback. If they bring in Des Bryant, that should probably help for them to move the ball. Hopefully that Josh Gordon for them will come back, and Corey Coleman it could be a beast for wide receiver if he could ever stay on the field. Cleveland has an underrated defense. It's hard to tell what they're going to be because they're so young and they haven't got it together yet. I think that they are a young organization, and if they can get it together, they could win football games. But I'm not going to count on that this year. So we'll get into the most underachieving team in the NFL, and that's the Cincinnati Bengals. You've got to, even though he's a game manager, he's still a pretty decent quarterback in Andy Dalton. You've got one of the best wide receivers in the league in A.J. Green. You bring in one of the fastest players to come out in the league ever in John Ross. You stole the running back in the second round for whatever reason he wasn't able to produce, and Joe Mixon, and you've got Nard over there. So I mean, they've got a legitimate running game. That defense should be better than what they did last year. I think if they could ever get any consistent production on offense, they really should be a competitive team. However, I've only seen them ever underachieve. So if they could, that's like the Cleveland Browns. If they could ever get it together, they would be a dangerous team. But I just haven't seen any consistency out of them. Which brings me to the most boring fucking team in the NFL, and that's the Pittsburgh Steelers. And the reason why I say they're boring is because it's like the rest of the NFC North, they're underwhelming. So Pittsburgh walks away with the AFC North every year, and I'm not seeing anything different right now. Will Le'Veon Bell hold out? How long will Le'Veon Bell hold out? that should be the only thing that's really exciting about this division. But at the end, I don't really care because it doesn't matter. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers, and you can plug in LeGarrette Blount back there, and he's going to be just as effective as Le'Veon Bell. And so, I mean, or you could plug any running back behind that line, and they're going to be that effective. Their defense is less than stellar in Pittsburgh. However, you have probably the best quarterback in the division in Ben Roethlisberger. You can move the ball effectively, and they are the most consistent team in the North. So, of course, I have the Pittsburgh Steelers elected yet again.
And that's the thing about Pittsburgh Steelers. Ben Roethlisberger is Hall of Famer in my eyes. Ben Roethlisberger is Hall of Famer in my eyes this year. Is Big Ben Hall of Famer?
Oh, he's Hall of Fame. He'll be in the Hall of Fame, no doubt.
So, I think Pittsburgh might go. I see AFC as confidence as Ben Roethlisberger and Tom Brady's last year. In how form would I think Smith? I think the Jaguars. Everyone's hype. Patriots against the Steelers, but it's gonna be hard for me. I think Pittsburgh might go to Super Bowl and lose.
Well, let's go ahead and get into your division now. You said you wanted to save it for last.
Yeah. So, what is the last? Who thinks? Oh yeah, then talk about the AFC. Who thinks go Super Bowl in the AFC posting? AFC prediction.
We missed the NFC North, man. Your division.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we've got to talk about that first.
All right, that first. Okay. All right. Let's talk about you. I go last, but okay.
Okay.
You go last.
So.
Go last.
You have let's see, the NFC North. You have the Detroit Lions, which poor Matthew Stafford for being on the Detroit Lions. You had Megatron there for a while. I thought that they were going to be pretty legit when they had Ndamukong Suh. That was probably their best years. Although, outside of Matthew Stafford, I don't see them doing a lot. So I think that they're going to be bringing up the rear of the NFC North. I don't know. It could be surprising because it's going to be close between the Lions and the Vikings. The Vikings, however, bring in Kirk Cousins, and they have a badass wide receiver core. Will Cousins come in? How effective will he be? I don't know. It's either going to be, but they got Dalvin Cook in Minnesota, so that's why, and a defense that can carry them. So they're going to be in contention for this division. The way that they are set up. If Kirk Cousins comes in and can produce and play like he did in Washington and be effective, then they could be a competitor for this division. Then you have the Chicago Bears, who you remember whenever I told you, watch out for Jordan Howard. Look at Jordan Howard's come up. He's a really good running back. I think that he'll be a running back for a few years at least. And then you've got a good young quarterback. You got your signal caller. Your wide receivers are going to have to stay healthy, man. Your wide receivers in Chicago are going to have to stay healthy for them to go ahead and be in contention for this division. And if they can't, Kevin White, eventually Chicago's going to have to get something out of Kevin White or they're going to have to release him. You can't keep this guy on your roster, and he's supposed to be one of the faces of your franchise, and he can't stay on the field. The defense should be pretty decent. The defense has been y'all have been building up on your defense. So the defense in Chicago, I don't know if it'll be this year, but give it a couple of more years, and that defense is going to be lights out in Chicago because they've been secretly building that defense and putting it together to where whenever they get together and they click, it's going to be a nightmare defense. Which brings me to the winner of who I think is going to, and I hate to say this, but I'm going to say two words to you, Bearstown, and you don't know who this guy is right now, but you're going to know who he is towards the end of the fucking season. And that is Edmund St. Brown, the wide receiver the Green Bay Packers picked up in this draft. Now, they picked him up in the 6th round, and this guy is 6'5". He runs a 4.440, maybe even sub 4.4. He has an incredible he has incredibly he can go up and get the ball and contest for passes. And he was a gift. He was a gift to Aaron Rodgers because I wanted this guy for the Cowboys. But Green Bay ended up picking him up in the 6th round, an absolute fucking steal. And from what I am to understand, he's already making plays in training camp. So you give Aaron Rodgers Brandon Marshall or another Randy Moss or, a player of this ability, and you're just gift wrapping this division up to the Green Bay Packers. I've got to go with Green Bay in this one because it's absolutely going to be an upgrade to probably and Aaron Rodgers has had some great wide receivers, but this guy is going to be an upgrade on anything that Aaron Rodgers has ever had. And like I said, you don't know his name now, but towards the end of the season, he's one of those guys who came into this draft under the radar. A lot of people passed on him, probably because he's a Notre Dame product. But this year, you're going to know who he is towards the end of the season. I've got to give this division to the Green Bay Packers.
Wow. Well, I'm to my thing right now. And yes, that's what they're going to be Packers. The Green Bay Packers, Aaron Rodgers, he's hurt. He's banged up. You forgot one thing the Packers don't have. That's the all-line. The Packers all-line is horrible garbage. Now, it's Green Bay's going to have an offensive line. What the blitz is going to be this year. The thing is, can Aaron Rodgers stay healthy? Now, the thing is, the Bears, I don't have a good receiver that could be easily be good. The Packers have one receiver. How is the Packers defense? Are they going to be bad? Which will be bad for years. Keep it one superstar team we won't give for years. Green Bay Packers offensive line is bad. And I see AFC teams like the Minnesota Vikings, like the Detroit Lions, and my Chicago Bears. But I think what they will have is Aaron Rodgers stay healthy. He's hurt. Once your injuries kill his career, I see my Bo Jackson. Once you keep getting into players, you can't be back what used to be anymore. And Aaron Rodgers was like honest in last year. Can Aaron Rodgers be staying healthy this year? If Aaron Rodgers is hurt again, I think Aaron Rodgers will stay for the next 16 games. Because that offensive line, the Packers are bad. Really bad team. Really bad offensive line for the Packers. So Rodgers, I don't think Rodgers is going to last for 16 games. So I think the Green Bay Packers will be down. Well, I might go 5-11 this year because Rodgers can stick good and the Packers defense are bad this year. And not bad, probably a 6-10 team for the Packers. Now Detroit Lions, they're one. I think Matthew Stafford is kind of be gone this year or 2 years. Don't know what. Aaron Rodgers is gone this year or next year. How injuries conforms in Rodgers. Through injuries, he's going to be tired this year. Next year, this year, next year, 3 years. The Packers in trouble. The offensive line. That's it. Detroit Lions. Offensive line. Matthew Stafford was pretty good last year. All right, it helped. Can Matthew Stafford be is taking the team as well? Defense looks okay. The secondary looks impressive. And I think that's the thing. I think Detroit's kind of like that. They experience it. But yeah, the best thing the Packers defense in the Lions defense, they don't have the defensive players to play the two best top running backs in football, and that's when we talk about the Minnesota Vikings. The best running games can stop the running games. Minnesota Vikings are great defense. I'm giving Minnesota Vikings credit. You got quarterback Kirk Cousins. I like Kirk Cousins from Michigan State. Is he a good quarterback? Yes, he is one competitive. You got Barr, Aaron Rodgers, you got the Vikings defense. The Vikings defense are scary this year. And not scary as much as we know in pain. What's the running back? Deshaun Cook, right? The Vikings. What is Vikings running back again?
Dalvin Cook.
Dalvin Cook, right? He's probably my top two best running back in the division. Darren Cook can take the division teams. That would give the Packers defense and the Detroit Lions nightmares. Why? Bad defense. Darren Cook can be good, but the problem is, and they forget don't forget Steven Diggs. That Steven Diggs can kill the Packers secondary. Minnesota Vikings is going to take the wide position. Minnesota Vikings are the wild card team and will win the division. Now, Minnesota Vikings might win the division. The reason why I'm not the wild card team because they struggle to shut down. Which has been to my Bears. Chicago Bears are a great team, great defense, and seen a lot of the Bears have the best running back in game football. You got John Howard, who's the best running back in football. Don't forget, 2 years ago, John Howard was second best in Washington. He played 14 games last year. 14 games, 12 games 2 years ago. He was second in Washington. Now your boy is he good at? John Howard is legit. John Howard is the best running back in the game. He gave Vikings nightmares. He gave Detroit Lions nightmares. He gave the Packers nightmares. John Howard is legit best running back in the game of football. Then you got Mitchell Trubisky, which I'm a big fan of Trubisky. He has gadgets. He has one of them. You got Mitchell Trubisky is one of my top one play next 2 years, the best quarterback in NFC. Trubisky can run. He can throw. He can three. He reminds me a lot of Steve Young and Michael Vick and him because he has a throw arm. He throws the ball, won the ball. He almost beat the Minnesota Vikings defense last year. And I know he was experienced, but he is going to be a lot better than this year. Trubisky gets a lot better. His accuracy is a lot better. The all-lines look a little impressive this year. You got the tight ends look better. Shareem look pretty good tight end. You got Burton looks pretty good. Barkley saw us talking about the bar that he was sad. Barton. You got Gabriel, who beat the Packers defense 2 years ago when the Falcons came in. And yeah, it's kind of like the concept of a bust. Can he stay healthy? That's true. You guys, it's true. We have Eddie Robinson killed the Bears defense last year. I think Robinson is going to be a comeback player of the year. If Robinson's plays look great this year, stay healthy, that Bears going to beat the Vikings. That's going to beat the Packers. Now, the defense, on the hand, is very impressive. Leonard Floyd is going to look better. He reminds me of Deshaun and Webb. That's why I think it's defensively, Eddie Goldman. Remember Eddie Goldman? It's going to pass watch. Kim Hicks, one of the best pass watchers of the defensive lines. And that secondary, the linebacker core, the cornerbacks is going to look impressive. You got Point Biscuits. We got Amos going to be a little better. And don't forget Jake Horn. That's another gadget. That will give you nightmares. It reminds me Take Horn reminds me a lot of it reminds me a lot of Antoine Nell. Remember Antoine Nell posting? Antoine Nell?
Who's that?
It's Tui Coin. Remember Dante Hall? Dante Hall? Tui Coin.
Oh, Dante Hall, yeah. I remember him.
That Tui Coin is going to be like dangerous. It's going to get impressive. Tui Coin could be the gadgets. So the Bears are going to win the division. 11-5 and go to playoffs. And that team might show anybody. Super Bowl bound team. Now, if the Bears sign Rickon Smith, it's been good. Now, don't forget the rookies came in. Jules James looks impressive. You get paid reminds me of then here's the court. Vic Fargo has a good defense. So good experience defensively. Vic Fargo, hey, that team is impressive for this year. I think this year they're ready for good this year. I think the Bears might win Super Bowl this year. And if they're not, they might start can take it next year. This year. That's what two teams are in the playoffs. So Bears and Vikings NFC title game this year. Bears versus Rams. It might be the Minnesota Vikings this year. But my Bears are my picks this year.
And as far as me, as far as the Super Bowl goes, let's see. I think I'm going to go ahead and go with Tennessee. Tennessee.
Huh?
I think Tennessee. I think that running game in Tennessee is going to be much improved. I think it's going to catch a lot of people off guard. I think that they put in the pieces there to run the ball more effectively. So you have Derrick Henry there, and they bring in somebody else. So Dion Lewis is going to be there, and I think that they're going to be able to run the ball more effectively in Tennessee. I think this is going to help out Marcus Mariota. If Corey Davis can improve this year, they have a pretty decent wide receiver core there in Tennessee. And that defense they've been building for years, it's time for them to go ahead and step up and make that next move. I think Tennessee takes the AFC. And in the NFC, I'm going to go ahead and go with Atlanta. I think Atlanta will come in. They'll be on a mission. They can run the ball. They can throw the ball. They have one of the best wide receivers in the game in Julio Jones. And I think Atlanta takes the Super Bowl this year.
Wow. That could be doing. I think Atlanta may be good as well. I think Falcons are going to be good as well. Now, my predictions are super sporty. My team is going to be the Bears, Vikings, the Falcons. I'm talking about the Rams will be good this year. And the 49ers. But the 5 teams, I think I have my 5 favorites. And right there because, well, they're good. And the Dallas
Cowboys. Who are the Bears going to play in the Super Bowl?
Then the Steelers. Pittsburgh.
The Steelers, the Bears, and the Steelers, huh?
Why? Marquee matchups, right? It's Pittsburgh Steelers are the one's perfect franchise in NFL. Then you got the Bears, the most historic franchise in entire football now. It's gonna be impressively why I think NFL might want to see this. Pittsburgh and Chicago, Pittsburgh good defense, Chicago great off defense history. But I think the Bears are taking it this year. Bears might go 3-7, Pittsburgh Steelers 4. Might go because
I'll go with the Atlanta Falcons 31, the Tennessee Titans 24.
Cool. Now I'm gonna talk about this before. Who is top 5 running backs in the game now? Then I give me 5.
Top 5 running backs in the game. I'll have to go with, let's see, Zeke Elliott, of course, my Dallas boy. I'm going to go with Zeke as right now the best running back, and that's contentious because it's hard to tell. Because are you talking about in the game today, or do you think next year? Which one are we doing?
In the game today.
In the game today. Okay, so in the game today, right now, Ezekiel Elliott has to be the best running back right now. It would probably, you can't say it's Le'Veon Bell just because Le'Veon Bell has issues staying on the field. So I have to go with Zeke Elliott being right now the best running back in the NFL for the past couple of years. You know, he's just dynamic to his team. Number 2, I would go with LaShawn McCoy for Buffalo. He's always consistent. He's a speedy scat back. Of course, number 3, I'm going to have to go with your boy Jordan Howard, which I told you that he was going to be awesome whenever he came out. And so I'll have to go with him as number 3. And he's kind of that pivotal point for the Chicago Bears right now. I'd go number 4, Todd Gurley. But no, I'm not going to go with Todd Gurley at number 4. But I mean, since the running back class kind of drops off there, it's kind of hard because there's not been a run. I mean, you have good running backs, don't get me wrong, but with them dual running backs and stuff like that, it's kind of hard to tell. So I'll go with Marshawn Lynch at number 4 right now, which could change because he kind of fell off last year, but whenever he's doing his thing and he's at full capacity, he's one of the better running backs in the NFL. And then number 5, I'll go with Todd Gurley.
Cool. Now let's back to number 5. But 1, Joe Howard. Joe Howard could beat defensive. I'm facing him one time. Joe Howard, best defense, best running back in the game. Ziggler, second best running game in the game, because Ziggler could do it. Joe Howard is a monster. Joe Howard is going to carry reminds me a lot of Barry Sanders / sweetness kind of, but I see a lot of. I can see a lot of. I think I see a lot of. They got that reminds a lot of sweetness and like June Brown in a bit. You got them too. Number 3, I see a lot of Minnesota Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings, Bell.
Dalvin Cook.
Dalvin Cook, damn it. Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, if you would have said the next year, which I think is going to be the best running backs of next year, I would have thrown Dalvin Cook out there as possibly number 2 or maybe even number 1, because Dalvin Cook, I mean, he started off the season really, really strong, but I want to see him play a full year before I can sit there and name him as one of the best ones.
Dalvin Cook has put me time to time. I see him every year in division posting. So Dalvin Cook is really good. I see him live and experience. So I'm fun to every single year versus Vikings. So Dalvin Cook is good. I'm telling you.
I know he's good. I told you about it last year. And in fact, I tried to convince Sega Geek that they needed to pick him up in Cleveland, since y'all are not passing the ball that much.
Oh
but
God.
No, we don't need a running back. We got Isaiah Crowell, and Isaiah Crowell is. And then I said, man, you're gonna be fucking up if y'all pass on Dalvin Cook. And they let him go to Minnesota. And I said, yep, y'all are gonna regret that one. So I mean, I've been on the before the season, before the draft. I was like, I hope somebody gets Dalvin Cook. But yeah,
I'm giving Dalvin Cook one of the best running backs that Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley can go. So no matter what. Then I'm going to give the Chiefs running back Hunt. I don't think Beast Moore is that good anymore. But if I'm taking running back right now, it's going to be Saquon Barkley, which is going to be a dark horse.
I have to wait until I have to wait until I can't say that he's one of the best running backs in the league right now, just because we don't know what he's going to do. We don't know. I mean, he could have a Blair Thomas type situation and then never really come into his own.
Or Cedric Benson.
Yeah, whenever y'all got Cedric Benson, and I'm a Texas fan, so it took a lot. But when y'all got Cedric Benson in the third pick, man, I rolled my eyes. I was like, 4th, yeah, okay, yeah. I was like, what are these guys doing? Why did they pick Cedric Benson at number 4? And I'm a Texas fan, but I knew that he wasn't like a Jamal Charles. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. I think my 5 might go Ball because we did last year. So Hunt did last year. Then I'm giving my top 5 quarterbacks in the future right now. Which we know Rodgers retired in 5 years. Brady's retired and Rodgers. Who will be the best top 5 quarterbacks in the future in the posting?
Top 5 quarterbacks
in the future. Future. No Rodgers, no Brady, no Brees.
Of the future, okay, we're talking about. At number 1, I'll go ahead and say Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy G has learned the game from Tom Brady, which is one of the best. Unlike Ryan Mallett and some of the other guys who came from behind Brady, this kid seems to be a pretty good student. He has the athletic ability, and I think that, like I said before, whenever I watch him play in those games for Tom Brady, he kind of reminds me a little bit of Aaron Rodgers, a little bit. So I think that I have to put him up there amongst the future quarterbacks. Number 2, I'm going to go with one of your boys, and that's Jared Goff. I think Jared Goff kind of reminded me a little bit of Peyton Manning coming out of college. Mm-hmm. He can definitely know it. I think that his hang time. So I'll go ahead and put him as 2, but I'll put him as 2A, and then I'm going to put your other boy Mitchell Trubisky as 2B, because I think as long as Chicago can build up that offensive line, Mitchell Trubisky is set up to win with the running game and the defense. Chicago's going to have to set up that offensive line because, if not, then he's going to keep throwing check down passes to the, slot wide receivers, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, he's trying to have longevity, and Dak Prescott does the same thing, who's number 3. But they're going to have to get him an offensive line like Dallas has for Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott is my number 3. That's the Dallas quarterback. I think that he has the ability of probably being number 1 because, like Jimmy Garoppolo reminds me of Aaron Rodgers, Dak Prescott reminds me of Brett Favre. And, if he can get the ball downfield, if he can get some downfield players at wide receiver and some wide receivers that he could really gel with, I think Dak Prescott. Go ahead.
Who's the one who told you about? Who's telling you about bragging about Dak Prescott? Who's the one who told you about it? Great Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott should be.
Well, you knew I like Dak Prescott, but I'll be honest with you. Yeah, you told me that we needed to get Dak Prescott because I was kind of hoping to get Christian Hackenberg from Penn State, but I didn't expect him to start. So I was thinking that whoever Dallas picked up, that they were going to play behind Tony Romo for a few years, and Dak Prescott came in and he took over, and Dallas went with Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott, like I said, he has the ability to be a Brett Favre. I think that him and Zeke he'll have a successful career. That'll help him have a long career. With the next one, I'll probably go. Well, let's see. Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz has got to be up there too. And this is in no particular order. I'm not going to say 1, 2, 3, but these are going to be the quarterbacks right now that everybody's going to talk about as being Hall of Fame contention quarterbacks eventually. You got Deshaun Watson out there, honorable mention. I think Marcus Mariota, whenever he starts to develop and come into his own, I think that he'll end up being that guy too, similar to a Romo. You've got a lot of good quarterbacks out there that should be coming up and coming into the league, and eventually it should make the league more competitive. It should be pretty interesting, man.
It is. And right now, my number 1, it's kind of hard. I always think that Jimmy Garoppolo was one of my lot of watching. I can't say it went down. Jimmy Garoppolo was a lot better. So I think Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be good in San Francisco. It's going to be short off. It reminds me a lot of Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. This is not going to happen in NFC, AFC no one. The NFC is going to go shut the NFC. That we have a lot of Jimmy Garoppolo and Jared Goff. Those have two shootouts right there. They have now. I think Jimmy Garoppolo is number 1. I agree with you 100%. Jimmy Garoppolo, because Jimmy Garoppolo learns from the best. Also, Jared Goff. So I'm thinking Jared Goff number 1 because Jared Goff has type of experience and he lost, but it's gonna take that price with you. And how far is Jared Goff going to be? And of course, Jared Goff. It's gonna be 2 best quarterbacks in a game playing against the West, and that's gonna be a little hard. It's gonna be harder teams. But also, it's gonna have my champion number 2. Might be shocked away, but else, Mitchell Trubisky. Now, I always think Mitchell Trubisky can throw. He can walk, and that's why the Bears traded to draft picks. People ask, why Bears move up? Well, dumbasses. Don't watch Henry Cowboy. I'm telling you what I'm talking about. Trubisky was a good quarterback. Anybody wants Trubisky. Anybody wants Trubisky, and Mitchell Trubisky came in. Yes, he did. Why? Because the future. Why? Because of the dominant. I'm Matt Nagy. Trubisky might be a lot of Troy Aikman. Remember Troy Aikman, Poston?
Yeah, I remember Troy Aikman.
The reason why I think Trubisky be top 3 quarterback in the game, he's a Hall of Famer. We can read defensively. Troy Aikman was. We need a Michael Irvin. We need the Bears to have 2 playmakers. If we recruit Trey Cohen, a receiver, at least a receiver like Smith, so we should have a hype of Oh, we got the guy named the draft pick. Reminds me a lot of Steve Smith, the Panthers. You should go. And you got a receivers, and you got Robinson's pretty good pick, and Gabriel and Burton. And you got this weapons you had off the line and good defense. That Trubisky's won 3 Super Bowls, at least 4 or 5, and those 2 guys as well. Don't forget 4. I think 4 guys in the top 4 now. Because now talk about your boy, your boy Dark Prescott. Now it's about Dark Prescott. Dark Prescott. It reminds me of it's legit. The reason why I said Dark Prescott, he was killing it against the Rams. After you watch TV on, and you weren't wearing like the Facebook time, which I was mentioning you. Dark Prescott is very impressive. Good player. And there's he reminds me a lot of Trubisky reminds me a lot of Joe Montana. So I could compare Trubisky like Joe Montana. So consider that. I see a lot of Dark Prescott like Brett Favre in the race. He has a cannon. He has that brain. He was doing checkdowns. Also reminds me a lot of Peyton Manning's checkdowns. Dark Prescott also damn. I'm gonna talk about Trubisky first. So Trubisky has a heart, like Brett Favre. He loves the game of football. Trubisky is focusing the game. Mitchell Trubisky is loving the game of football like Brett Favre. They love the game. Might as well Joe Montana's accuracies, playmaking, getting on the line, clutch against the Ravens. Has a Vic in it. He can win like Vic. He's like mixed with Joe Montana and Michael Vick in him. He can run. He can pass. He can do everything he can do. He put options. He just Trubisky has a Troy Aikman mentality. I think Trubisky is going to be number 3 on this one. Maybe number 1. Then I talk about Dark Prescott again. Dark Prescott is why I think I consider to preach a team. Dark Prescott, a good quarterback, because he just can do it. He can do it a lot better, you know. Then another guy I like somewhat is Carson Wentz. Why I like Carson Wentz? Last year he was playing a lot better. Like Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz are the quarterback in the future. He is good his rookie year. He was good last year. Last year he got injuries, unfortunately. But I think Carson Wentz and also Deshaun Watson as well, top 5 too. But Deshaun Watson is going to dominate AFC. That's Carson Wentz. This NFC we're talking about is going to be the renaissance of football for next 10, 15 years. Okay, renaissance. This guy's are going to win Super Bowls. I see Trubisky winning like 4. I see Dark Prescott winning 3. I seen the Eagles winning 2 more Super Bowls. I seen the 49ers win 2 Super Bowls, and the Rams probably 2 years Super Bowls. The change windows is dead for these guys. So that's why I'm set at the future. What do you think, Poston? My energy.
Like I said, there yet again, it's for those people who are doubters and saying that, that's blasphemy to sit there and compare this guy to that guy and this guy to that guy. Just make one consideration that these guys are all young, so it's going to take them a while to progress and to get on that level. But these guys have already had success. They've already proven that they can win. So it's just going to take a little bit of time. Yeah, I think that all of these guys, I think that the NFL will be competitive. I like the fact that they are, starting to bring in a running game to some of these teams. And hopefully, if we can get past all this political mumbo jumbo in the NFL and make the NFL less about politics and more about football again, the NFL should, in theory, be pretty exciting. However, they lost a lot of fans. They really, like 14%. And I think over the past 2 years, that number has been just staggering down.
That's true.
That's not the players. I mean, there's players out there that want to play football. And that's what I care about. And
the Stars is tomorrow.
It should be
But
Oh, go ahead.
the stars tomorrow, I know there's numbers down, but these some stars, the better the games. Not see the reason fans start watching the games. The national anthem there, but national anthem protests. Not only that, but the players overall, I'm trying to see the same things. The stars are in records. Jared Goff, a superstar. Dallas Cowboys. But the Chicago Bears. This forward marketing in Houston on concern. Those guys gonna set the NFL posting. Trubisky does the game football. He stays the Bears. That's gonna be a superstar for years. The Bears, great name franchise.
Are you there?
Yes. So you think, Boston?
I was just making sure it froze up. Go ahead and this keeps freezing up on me, dude. Sorry. So I'll talk to you later, man.
I'm leaving Sean. Please sorry, Boston. Are you mad?
What's up?
Are you mad? Sorry, I'm interrupting you.
No, this hangout keeps freezing up though.
All right.
I keep losing the connection. So
I'm gonna ask you one more thing about class football, then we're gonna wrap this up.
All right.
What do you think about this class? And I'm the show now. Why do you think this? I think this class is the best class I ever seen. Wendy Moss, first ballot. Taylor Owens, first ballot. Ray Lewis.
Are you there? Can you hear me?
It's right there.
Okay. You got Randy Moss.
First ballot. Ray Lewis, first ballot. All-Lacker, best ballot.
Hello?
Yeah,
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Poston? Nice.
Yeah, it keeps dropping, man.
That's okay. So, Ruben Axe, first ballot. Taylor Owens, first ballot. Ray Lewis, my boy, All-Lacker, first ballot. These are the best players in the generation. This is going to be the best class in football in past 25 years. This is the best class in past 25 years. Here's the game. Waiting, Poston.
I kind of missed some of that. So all I heard was Randy Moss and who?
All-Lacker, Brian All-Lacker.
Brian Urlacher. Okay. Who?
Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis. Yeah. Okay.
Dawkins. Brian Dawkins.
Brian Dawkins. Okay.
Terrell Owens.
Terrell Owens. All right.
You got the Kramer from the Packers and Dudley Doom. But it's
Kramer.
Yeah, Kramer.
Okay, that's the only one that I'm not exactly sure about. But yeah, it's good to see T.O. make the Hall of Fame. Ray Lewis, of course, he was the centerpiece for the Baltimore Ravens. Brian Urlacher, probably one of the more dominating. He's probably the most dominating linebacker for his generation. Randy Moss was a generational talent, definitely, no doubt about it. Probably one of the most athletic wide receivers in the NFL. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, this is one of the best classes that I can remember in a long time. Mm-hmm. Definitely.
This is the greatest class ever. And I've seen this guys play for years. Ray Lewis, one of the best defensive does Ravens. They won Super Bowl. I think All-Lacker is the greatest linebacker I ever saw. And that's me being a Bears fan for all those years. Randy Moss and Terrence, they were 1, 2 best, 2 scary ones. They were my mind was, who's better, Terrence and Randy Moss? It's like Stone Cold and The Rock, right? 2 best receivers in the game of football. I think Randy Moss is the greatest of all time. Terrence is the best wide receiver of all time. Randy Moss as well. Randy Moss made my pants, he made me piss my pants a lot of times. Randy Moss, All-Lacker, match against the Bears against the Bears against the Vikings was fun. I love seeing the Moss play against the Bears. 2-on-2, Vikings fans chanting, "Randy's gonna kill you. Randy's gonna kill the Bears." I said back, "Bears gonna slay you down with All-Lacker and Randy Moss." So that's the best class of all time. Or 2 best linebackers in the generation, and the best safety in the situation. And if you think what he does in NFL, you talk about All-Lacker. All-Lacker was Stone Cold. Ray Lewis was the rock in this NFL situation. If you watch wrestling, Urlacher was the deep man in Chicago, NFC. Everybody hated them facing against him. Their father hated being against Urlacher. Rogers. No people say, "What's Zach Thomas? What's Zach Thomas?" Wasn't that even the player of the year? He had Zach Sater, but you talking about this great defense. Defense, the Bears could have won Super Bowl 6 or 5.
Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and go, man. I got some other stuff I got to do. Plus, this call keeps dropping.
I know.
So,
thanks for coming.
Yeah, I'll talk to you later, man.
Thanks for coming on the show.
All right, not a problem. I'll talk to you later, dude. Bye.
So, one of the things right now, I told people, I think Urlacher one of the best linebackers I've ever seen. Is the fact that his Owens and what's scary, and the fact that teams are not people saying on the media like Terrell Owens, he is a bad teammate. It's bush crap. I'm defending Owens this one. All because Terrell Owens. No, the media lies with T. Owens a lot of times, which I don't watch the media anymore. Urlacher has done shitty crap. Ray Lewis done shitty crap. In Dawkins, no opinion. Urlacher's the cleanest one. But Urlacher done things in the media. I don't care what the media thinks anymore. But people telling me, well, Zach Thomas. Why can Zach Thomas in? Well, Zach Thomas didn't play the defense. If you talk about good defense in back 2006 in AFC 2, you talk about Ray Lewis in AFC. NFC was Urlacher. Was Urlacher's diamond playing the whole time? He was. Look, he took 2 teams. Those Bears teams we had, 4 division championship teams we had, the Bears had. And here's the debate with you, okay? He took 4 teams. No good quarterbacks at all. Jiggler sucks. Bomb. Jim Miller, Shane Regis, not good quarterbacks. They're decent. Rex Grossman, he took them to the Super Bowl. Took them to the playoffs, all right? The 0-1 Bears, underrated. 0-5 Bears, good defense. Orton was a rookie quarterback, even took them to the playoffs. 0-5-6 Bears, the roster. High finishes, and he made Ray Lewis and Brian Urlacher, they made players around them great. A lot of players came to Chicago. A lot of players came to Baltimore. No way would it be. Urlacher is a first ballot Hall of Fame because what I've been saying a long time. Urlacher made his players better. Ask Lance Briggs, who made them look better. Urlacher. Why did Juice Peppers came to the Bears? Urlacher. Simple as that. The fact is, this is the greatest class I've ever seen, and that's my entire life. In Boston said it. The greatest class I ever had seen in how long. This Hall of Fame class is arguably the greatest class of all time. And that's the thing I'm probably talking about for football tomorrow. Why I think I'll play one more. I'm gonna probably do a video about Lincoln Brian tomorrow morning and etc. But that's Canton, Ohio is the best class in football for a long time, and that's it. That's the bloodline. He gone.